Hey guys, it's Kelly Slimp, licensed and certified speech language pathologist, and welcome back to my channel. So really quickly, just wanted to dive right into it. I know I've already made a video on S, the S sound, and I talked about using Play-doh, and I'll put that right here. But really quickly, I just wanted to show you some other ways that you can also elicit the S sound. So here, I'm still gonna use my Play-Doh. I made my snake. We can go over the sound in isolation because that is where we start at. So big, pretty smile again. And then we're gonna blow air out the front, okay? So we make our S, our snake, we can turn it into an S. We can talk about the snake, and we can talk about how the snake slithers, and we can practice our S sound in isolation. Then when we're ready, we can move on to the other parts, positions of the word. So you could start with initial, that's where we start, initial position of the word, followed by final position, and then finally, whenever your child's ready to move on, they have the initial position of the word, as in the word snake, or see, or say, or Santa. And every time you can do your little visual, you can do this visual where you run your hand, you run your finger down your arm like this, snake, making sure that the airflow is continuous, because a lot of our friends might say top for stop, and that is a phonological process if you're a speech pathologist. If you're not, it just means it's a pattern of errors, meaning that the airflow is being stopped. So we want to make sure that the airflow is continuous. So if your child has difficulty with that, then what we want to do is add in an H sound, like so instead of top or stop like that, where you're stopping the airflow, what we want to do is start with our S and then add in our H. Ready? Stop, like that. Stop. And that way the airflow is continuous, both with your S and with your H sound. And then once your child is able to say that over and over and over again, we can add in the T. So stop, like that. Stop is the full word there. Okay, so moving right along, we used our Play-Doh, and now let's say you have a couple flashcards. Let's say you don't have flashcards. You can make up some flashcards, or you could just use a book. So this is a little book. You don't even need to go over what you're gonna say before. I just like to look at the pictures and say, oh, here's a dog. Oh, look, he has a spot. And you can turn the page, just one per word, and you could practice saying it. Oh, look at our sheep. He has swirls. Oh, look at our cow. Wow. Oh, and here's a goose, like that. And again, there's the end of the word for goose. So that's just one example of using a book. And then also, again, if you have little flashcards, you're going to make up some flashcards. This is actually out of a set that I got at Costco. And you just pick out the ones that have the S sound in it. So this, I would say goose, like that. Goose. Next. What's that? It's a horse. Wow. Oh, it's a farmhouse. And then you take that away. So you take your sound away, and that way the child learns to spontaneously say it. So I would say, oh, it's a farm what? It's a farm how? And then have them go, yes, good job. It's a farm how? Give them that visual there. Farmhouse. Oh, look, it's a pig. Why did I pick pig? Because you could say it has spots. It has spots, okay? Oh, look, it's a scarecrow. So that's an S blend where it is blended with a consonant, and I will make another video on S blends. But for now, try to stick with the S that is not attached to a consonant, an S word that it has a vowel that is in the middle of the word or next to that S sound. Those are gonna be the easiest ones. And then this is the tricky one. This is the tricky guy. It says a bunch of flowers, but guess what? Even though it has an S, it's actually the Z sound. So Z, which I talk about again in that other video, your voice is on, and it's actually this, it's produced in the same position of the mouth, that meaning that your tongue has the same placement, but it's a completely different sound because your voice is on and your vocal cords are on. So I just recommend going through your cards and making sure that all of them are actually the S sound before you start working on them, because some of them can be tricky and might be the Z sound. Okay guys, we'll see you next time. If you need to contact me, find me on Instagram at Speedy Speech, on Facebook at Speedy Speech Path, or send email requests to my email, speedyspeechpath@gmail.com. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing this video.